Smooth Productions.
Hello everyone, my name is Walter Yeates. Some of you may know me as Smooth Gentleman on Twitter, and I am just returning from a trip to Standing Rock in Camp Oseti Sakoan. And I did not speak about it prior because due to Operation Security, I was I was able to go to the trip due to the Veterans for Standing Rock group, and believe it had to do with uh, my interview with Chris Dusing, retired Captain Chris Dusing, and Wes Clark, and Michael A. Wood Jr. So I do thank them for allowing me to embed with the North Carolina group from Veterans for Standing Rock, as it was a great experience. And again, excuse me if I do sneeze or my nose runs or anything, because I'm a little sick after the trip. I believe it got as low as -25 there, and I'm not sure if they ever cracked over zero. And it was 2 nights of a very, very, very severe blizzard, which unfortunately caused the North Carolina group to have to leave early in an evacuation of the veterans because of worrying about their safety. But this isn't really, I don't want to do this really to talk about me necessarily. I really wanted to talk right now about why we were there, and because focus shouldn't be on me. The focus even shouldn't be on the brave veterans who went out there expecting bodily harm to be done to them, which ended up not happening, thankfully. It should really be on the first people, the indigenous, the Native Americans who are fighting for their land. That's exactly what they're doing. And being there was just a great experience as a journalist and as a human being as well. I had the opportunity to speak to many individuals who live there, and numerous others would walk up to me, shake my hand, and say thank you. And I was always quick to say, no, I'm not prior service. And a couple just told me, thank you anyway. You're here trying to tell a story, and we appreciate that. That means a great deal. And it even goes farther than Standing Rock. The indigenous people around the United States of America are having to deal with their civil rights being violated by corporations. It's not just that Standing Rock, and I hope to help shine a light on those other situations as well, because they're just as important as what's happening at Standing Rock. They're just as important, and their stories deserve to be heard as well. And so it was a great pleasure to be among the Sioux tribe and all the other tribes that are currently camping at the Oseti camp. Oseti camp, excuse me. I didn't have a bad experience with anyone. They were loving people, gracious people, and it was a pleasure to speak to them. And through the next few weeks, I will be doing more YouTube videos about my experience there, and I'll be also publishing written articles about what I witnessed with the natives, with the group I was embedded with, the North Carolina group for Veterans from Standing Rock, and just other things from civilian volunteers that were at the camp as well. And unfortunately, because of the blizzard, it was really very difficult. It was extremely difficult to get a lot of video outside, so I wasn't quite able to do that as much as I wanted. But I was able to still have several conversations with individuals, and I set up interviews later on to continue telling the story. And I also definitely want to go back to Standing Rock and tell more stories and speak to more individuals out of there. There's a great energy there, and the tribes that are camped there have an undying spirit that is quite inspiring to see, with all they're up against and have been up against. If you haven't seen the videos from Democracy Now! And TYT Politics from Amy Goodman and Jordan Sheraton showing the civil rights abuses that have been laid upon the Sioux tribe and other natives there, you should. It's that should. This is 2016 in the United States of America, and it reminds me of the videos of Selma, Alabama, where little girls were sprayed with water hose while standing against a wall. It's extremely disturbing to see that, especially in this country, and that's why many of the veterans I spoke to wanted to go. They did not want to sit back and watch that happen. And I'll go into further detail about that and several other videos that I'll be doing, and again, the articles that I will be writing as well. And I just wanted to say that it was a great experience. I hope to go again. And despite this cold, despite my body being extremely sore from a couple of days there, it's one of the best decisions I've made, and I'm thankful that I had the opportunity to go. And I hope I do the story justice, as I definitely take journalism seriously, as those who have listened to the videos or my radio show know. I care quite a bit about this, and I've wanted to go to Standing Rock for the past 6 months. Never thought I was going to have the opportunity, and I'm definitely glad I was chosen to go and was embedded with the North Carolina group. I slept in a tent with veterans in negative 20-degree weather. Incredible experience. I would not trade it in for the world. And definitely expect more videos and articles from me in the near future. And always remember, stay smooth.